Hello, it's Jack Collier here. I'm just going to show you what I have done so far on my radio drama and how I've gone about doing different sound effects and adding different scenes in and creating a dialect within all the sounds. So starting off in this section here, which I'm highlighting, going all the way down to the bottom here, we have my fight scene, which is, it starts the radio drama at the start, and it tells you, it sets you straight into the theme of what we're trying to push out to the audience, which is war. So in this main section here, with all these different sound effects here, these are all different war fighting sound effects I've chucked in to try and help the theme of war. So all we have here, if I'll just play like a few seconds of it. It's essentially the team getting attacked and how I've gone about doing that. As you can see, if you were to listen to this through headphones, I've edited all the different sounds, the volumes, so different speeches can be heard while sound effects are still running in the background. And if you see this bit here, this little bit here I've just highlighted here, we have a gunshot sound, which I'll quickly play for you, which is that, and I've edited it, I've panned it so it will go from left to right very quickly, so when you're listening to it through headphones or in a big room with speakers, you can hear it, like, so you can hear it go from left to right. It gives it a kind of 3D effect. I'll just play you a quick bit.
Keep your voices down. We need to get out of this skyline. Where the fuck are they, Howard? Let's say all get down! Has anyone seen the enemy?
As you can see, I have overlapped it and I've added loads of different sound effects in. As you heard, if I quickly play it to you, which is the running sound effect added in, which created a 3D. Which is essentially you can hear the character running up, and you can hear him fading in, which I've done by, as you can see here, dragging the fader across, which I'll quickly show you now. If you'll let me do it. Yeah, here we go. Right. The fade I've done is a gradual fade in, but you can also add different, like a straight fade, or a louder than quieter fade, or squiggly kind of. I don't know, but I wouldn't really use that one. But we've gone for this one, and it allows the sound to fade in, so it sounds. If you listen to it again, you can hear the character running into the scene, which creates a good little effect. If we go down, if we just unmute all these. Oh, here we go. And the bottom bit here, I've added in a ambience background effect, like a forest, and it just creates a nice background noise when there's like little bits of silence between characters' speech, and it makes all the sounds like interlink with the same background, so it sounds like it's running smoothly. Alright, okay. Just unhighlight everything. I'm just going to quickly start editing, and you can see how it's done. So first of all,
What you was tail end Charlie? Keep the sharpshooter on full view. Barrett, I want to scout at this tree line, breaking off at the dry river leading to the building. Keep your skyline into an absolute minimum.
Right, so basically, we've got this line here, and I need to add in sound effects of like a group of men getting up or walking off. So you're going to go into sounds here, go down to people, search walking. It takes a bit to find them, but you can eventually. There's many different ones. You just have just a matter of sifting through them all to find the exact one you want. We've got various. Oh, we've got various screams. Some screams which you're definitely not going to be needing during your thing, but oh, I just saw some mail. Yeah. Yeah, that's the sound effect I used on the running bit earlier, but here we go. As you can see, the section is essentially males, so you grab the sound effect you want. I'm just going to play it again to make sure. Yep. And drag it on. Alright. Just move that out of the way. So basically, I'm going to go through and I'm going to select the bit I want out of the sound effects, which is this front bit here. So I'm going to grab the cutting tool, which is at the top left here, blade tool. I'm going to select the bits I want, so it's from there. I don't need this, so I'm going to go back to this, then you can drag it on, and then just delete it. And then you can add this sound effect in, which basically gives it a bit of life to it. I'm going to select the suitable place to position it first, which...
Knee cover! The building sergeant! Jones, I want you as tail end Charlie. Keep the sharpshooter on full view.
As you can see, it needs a bit of tweaking, but... thinking... I'm just going to play this through.
And shoot, Jones! Knee cover! The building sergeant! Jones, I want you as tail end Charlie. Keep the sharpshooter on full view. Barrett, I want you to scout at this tree line, breaking off at the dry that rip.
As you can see, it fits in quite well. We'll need a bit of tweaking, but essentially, it's doing what it should be. This bit here.
In the early 1940s, Britain's most famous child goes missing. In 2013, 4 soldiers go missing on duty in Afghanistan. The connection?
As you can see, this part is the narrator bit, so it's not actually going to be in the same scene as the rest of the script at this bit. So, because I've got the sound effects running in the background, which is the forest here, I'm going to have to cut it out so this bit fits in well. So, what I'm going to do, and drag it to like kind of the middle, because I want to fit in some like a sound to announce or a fade out of the scene that the scene is going to be that we're going out for a narrator speak. So the end of the scene, the end of the last line is there. Okay, so I'm going to get this. I'm going to get my blade tool. Yep, and then this. Okay, this bit here, I'm going to drag off. Okay. Right. So if we listen to it, you can hear like the ambient sound in the background.
In the early night.
Okay. I'm gonna, cause I like this bit here. As you can hear, you go it's flat, and then you hear like the sound of the bird. So I think if we could like close it on that, if we just overlap that for a bit.
I want you to scout at this tree line, breaking off at the dry that river leading to the building. Keep the skyline to an absolute minimum.
If we fade this out, if I figure out how, oh, don't want that. Ooh. I'll put that down here. Yeah, here we go. See how it's arching over. I'm gonna have a gradual fade out of the sound effect. So if we listen to it, listen.
Keep
What
your
happens.
skyline to an absolute minimum.
If we just drag it up here.
Skyline to an absolute minimum.
Okay, so it has a gradual fade out, and then we can cut straight into this scene. But for this scene, we can't just I want to add a kind of sound or bit of music, which is gonna justify the end of the scene. But it's just trying to find that.